I'm Jessica Posey. I'm one of the second grade teachers here at Dicken. And I'd like to officially welcome you to our performance that we've been working on all week. The students did not have to memorize lines. They have to read it with energy. And some students took it upon themselves to memorize lines. The parts, we only had about 7 parts in the play, so several people play the same role in different scenes. So you really have to pay attention to make sure you know who each person is. This play, I've used it for many years. It's actually geared for students in 3rd through 5th grade. So it's a little bit challenging with some of the words like discriminate and self-evident, but the boys and girls have been working hard and know how to say all of the words in the play. Just to let you know also, we have an early dismissal today. If you didn't get that email because of the weather, so we will be dismissing today at 3 o'clock. And also, we want to say congratulations to U of M. It's been a big week, yes, and that championship win. So yes, thank you. There's 7 scenes. They will be using a microphone to speak, so hopefully you'll be able to hear them clearly. And just be a supportive audience that I know you will be. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to start. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to have 2 of my actresses have a seat. All right, we're going to start with scene 1. Wait just a minute. You come on in. Sit back here.
Scene 1, Sandlot. Martin Luther King Jr. grew up in Georgia back in the days when Babe Ruth was still hitting home runs, and movies were always filmed in black and white.
Picture, Wallace. Can I play too?
Martin loved to play baseball with 2 white boys in the neighborhood.
Martin is on my team. I get him. He played on your team last time. So, I called it.
Don't try to push me around, Wallace. The boys would argue about who got to have Martin on his team. But even as a young boy, Martin was a peacemaker.
No, sir. My daddy says you shouldn't fight like that. I was on your team last time, Wallace. I'll play for Clark today. That's fair. Thank you.
Scene 2.
Scene 2, the Ebenezer Baptist Church. Martin's father was the pastor of the church. They called him Daddy King.
Just as the good book says, we must love our neighbors as ourselves, whether white or black, whether young or old.
Look, Lauren, there's young Martin. Martin, doesn't it make you proud to see your father standing so tall before the congregation? Someday you're going to follow in his footsteps, Martin. No, ma'am. I'm proud of my daddy, but my dream is to be a shortstop. Martin didn't know, but Lorraine and Viola were right about him. Someday he'd be known as the Reverend Martin Luther King, just like his father. But there would be some hard lessons along the way. Thank you.
I scene 3.
Scene 3, the neighborhood grocery store. Clark and Wallace's parents owned a market across from Martin. Martin thought it strange that whenever he and his mother went to the market, they entered through the back doors. Excuse me, Mrs. Connor. I'd like 2 quarts of milk.
You're going to have to wait. There are other customers in front of you.
Like all past customers, sometimes the Canes and had to wait to be served. Even when they did get served, they weren't always treated very well.
Now what is it you want?
2 quarts milk.
You have to pay before I get it. Do you have your money?
Come now, Miss Connor. Have I ever not had my money? You both know it has nothing to do whether or not I can afford it.
It's just that I can never trust your kind.
Our kind? Your boy Clark is quite a ball player, Mrs. Connor. The other day he struck me out 2 times.
You've been playing ball with my boys?
Yes, ma'am. They're my best friends.
They are. Are they? Here's your milk, Mrs. King. Now head out the back.
Thank you.
Scene 4.
Scene 4, the Connor house. The next time Martin went to the sandlot to play, no one was there. He ran to the grocer's house and knocked on the door.
Where are your boys, Mrs. Connor? They're supposed to play ball today.
Clark and Wallace can't play. They're sick in bed.
Martin could see past Mrs. Connor into the house. Clark and Wallace were standing in the shadows. Both boys were frowning, but Martin's and Clark shyly waved.
Why? No, they're not, Mrs. Connor. They're right there. Are you guys playing ball today?
They can't play with you anymore. They're getting too old to be wasting time on colors.
Colored was a word used to describe people whose skin wasn't white.
Now don't be knocking on my door anymore.
Thank you.
Scene 5.
Scene 5, the King House.
Why are you crying, Martin?
Mrs. Connor says that her boys can't play ball with me anymore. She says it's because I'm colored.
I'm sorry. It was bound to happen sooner or later.
But why does my skin color matter?
Some folks don't like people who are different.
But Clark and Wallace don't feel that way. We have fun together.
The boys may not feel that way, Martin, but their parents do. That's why they make us use the back door. That's why they give us sour milk. They're punishing us for being different. And they'll teach the children to do the same.
But that's not fair. How can they do that?
There are laws that allow them to discriminate against us. Mrs. King was talking about Jim Crow laws. These laws made it legal for white people to treat black people unfairly.
Well, somebody needs to do something about it.
Yes, Martin, somebody does. Thank you.
Scene 6.
Scene 6, The Sandlot. Someday Martin would do something about Jim Crow laws, but back when he was a boy, he just wanted to play ball.
Hey, look, it's Martin.
Don't talk to him, remember what Pa said.
Sorry, Martin. We could use a shortstop, but Pa said she will whip us if we failed you. But what do you think? How come my skin color didn't matter last week?
We don't want any trouble, Martin. We just do what we're told. Thank you.
The final scene, scene 7.
Scene 7, Washington, D.C. Years after Martin was told he couldn't play ball, he would preach to more than 200,000 people of every race and color in Washington, D.C.
I have a dream that this nation will one day live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Over the years, Martin would be arrested many times for standing up for himself. He would be beaten, stabbed, and spit upon.
This will be a day when all God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. Let freedom ring.
Yet through it all, Martin would follow his father's advice to strive for peace and harmony among all people. That's why we celebrate his birthday each January.
When we allow freedom to ring, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children will be able to join hands and sing.
Free at last! Free at last! Great God Almighty, we're free at last!
The end.
I'm so proud of the young people. They did a fantastic job. Let's give them another hand. take a bow. When I call your scene, please stand, take a bow. Scene 1. Take a bow, give me a hand. Scene 2, stand up. Scene 3, stand up. Scene 4. Scene 5. Scene 6. And scene 7. We'd like to thank you so much for coming today. Look at, we filled the room. This is amazing on this snowy day. We're going to have a short reception before the young people go off to lunch. There's going to be snacks and refreshments, and feel free to take pictures. We have the nice background to take pictures in front of. So go ahead and mingle. Thank you.